Here, I'll do that. Okay.
Lift up its skirt and jam that in there.
Gotta give it a soul. Hi everyone, my name is Kat,
And I'm Blondie.
and today we're going to be doing another DIY.
Yay.
Today we're going to be doing a gender reveal or baby room decor. Either one, it works perfect. We'll be showing you both options and both ways to do it. And we're going to go ahead and get right started into it. What you'll need is a template. You can use a bowl. This is an 8-inch bowl just for reference. Some polyfill, coordinating yarn for your balloons once they're complete, or you can use coordinating colors, coordinating thread. We have a embroidery sewing machine, but you just need a regular sewing machine or a needle and thread to hand sew. You're going to need some stick pins. For mistakes, a seam ripper. If you don't want to use yarn or string, you can always use twine, bobbins, a rotary tool, or scissors. If you're going to use a rotary tool, you'll want something to cut it on, and if you want to be precise, you'll also need a grid or a mat for sewing. Fabric of your choice. You can use solids or patterns. You can use pretty much any sort of fabric, just make sure it's thick enough so you don't see through it. We are going to be using the pink and the yellow in this video. Yellow and pink.
You also need something to trace with. These are charcoal pencils. I like to use these because they don't show up and they don't stain, and they show up really well on certain fabrics, and you can also just wipe the chalk away as soon as you're done.
You're also going to need some sort of glue. You're also going to need some cardboard. We will be back whenever we get started sewing. This is what you're going to need to start with tracing.
When dealing with fabric and patterns, you want the wrong side facing out. For when you stitch, you want the seam to be on the inside. If you have a pattern or a side you prefer to be out whenever it is all completed, make sure you flip that to the inward way, which you can see Blondie doing here. You're going to want to trace the template using your 8-inch bowl. That is what the size that we decided to use. You can use whatever you want. Use your charcoal pen. Or pencil to trace around the bowl halfway to the edges. As you can see, Blondie is marking them off just to verify a little bit better to where the halfway mark is. Then you're going to take some pins, the stick pins that we had for sewing, and place those into the center, making sure to go through both sides of the fabric so it does not move when you cut. Another thing you want to be doing as well is making a cardboard template about 1.5 inches smaller than the balloon fabric that you're going to be cutting out, as you want it to be able to fit comfortably in there and not too snug, as it may bend and make your cardboard limp.
We have our Pac-Man all cut out now, and here is the insert for the balloon. If I need to cut it, I always can. This is not going to be seen, so it does not need to be perfection. Just have it shaped like a balloon, so when you tie it, it is easy. I'm going to go ahead and add my stuffing and glue to this as Blondie sews this up. Okay, and this is what you're going to need when you add the stuffing to the balloon form. Try this again. My super glue glued itself to itself, so I'm going to use some OK to wash glue. We aren't planning on washing this whatsoever, but I guess if you wanted to, you could. The cardboard would ruin, so don't. But you have the option. As you can see, I have it just an inch below the border, just in case I need to cut any. I can always add more. Place the stuffing however you want. Pack it on. And get it where it's puffy. It's only going to be puffy on one side, as one side will be against the wall. And voila! You have your balloon template. Add or remove as much stuffing as you want.
When sewing, remember to remove the pins as you go around. Sew anywhere from an inch to a centimeter away from the edge, but do not sew too close as you may end up with holes and unfinished work. Be sure to only sew where you originally had your tracings, and do not sew all the way from the bottom to the top. Start at the halfway mark and make a dome. Once you are finished, grab your insert with the stuffing pre-made that you have to the side and put it in to see how it fits. Remember, you can always remove cardboard edging. You can never put it back. Measure twice, cut once.
Okay, so I am going to show you how to pretty much close off your balloon. We have it stuffed, and you can do it in any color that you want. We have made a pink one already done and a blue one now. You can do green, brown, earth tones, orange, red, polka dots, stripes. If you want a camo theme, you can use camo. Whatever fabric you want to use for your decorations, gender reveals, whatever you want it to be for, you can.
We just went with the classic colors.
Exactly. And you don't have to make balloons. You can make different shapes or numbers, letters. It's endless. We just decided to do balloons, and you can do whatever you want.
Because they look adorable.
Yeah. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done is Blondie has sewed it to about halfway down the balloon, which is where you trace your balloon anyway. So you just sew it around to there, and then you leave the bottom part pretty much unsewed. It looks like Blondie has sewed this one down a little bit further, but on this balloon we only sewed it about halfway, and it still turned out really cute. That way you can open it up, take it apart, and use it for a gender reveal if you want to do that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to get your twine, your fabric, or your yarn. I'm using a ivory colored yarn. Make a slip knot, and you just make your strings together however long you want them to be. Remember, you can always cut, you can never put back together. You can get the yarn at any craft store. I love this yarn, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put my slip knot on with the slip knot part facing the back so it won't show. Just bunch it the way you want it to look. Be as tight as loose as you want as well. Then I'm going to loop it around front and back a few times. If you want, you can just leave the tie in the back so it won't show and it'll be against the wall. Or you can flip it over and make a little bow. This balloon has a much smaller little tie. This where the pink one has a much longer, fluffier fan. They look like real balloons would. Unique, each and every one of them. You can always open it back up and stuff the way you want it to look, or you can just mold it. That's the good thing about Polyfill, is it's very, very, very moldable. And you have two perfect, well, I have two perfect little balloons with bows in the front. Take a wall hanger, you can get a command strip, you can just use double-sided tape if you don't want to damage your walls. Whatever you want to do and whatever you want to use to attach to the nursery, the craft room, a party room, a gender reveal location, anything will work. Just attach it to the balloon, the back side where it's flat, and attach it to the wall, and you're good to go. And in the next video, we will show you how to do a gender reveal. Make sure you go ahead and like us on Facebook,
Twitter,
Tumblr,
or Google+.
and we will see you next time. Be sure to subscribe, and bye!
Bye!